Hello everybody, my name is Jason Mills. I'm the head baseball coach at DH Conley High School in Greenville, North Carolina. I'm also the pitching coach for the 17 national team for the Canes. We're here today to talk pitching. More importantly, talk about the development of changeups and breaking balls, possibly a slider. I've got two great helpers with me today, two of my players, Evan McLean and Matthew Mateus, so thank you to them for being here. Also, towards the end of the video, we're going to also talk a little bit about some plans and some development and some tips that might help your pitchers. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get going. Thank you. Okay, we're here to start talking about changeups, and the first thing we want to talk about is our grips, and I have Matthew Mateus here with me. He has one of the best changeups I've seen in some time, and so when we talk about changeups, it starts with the grips, and so I'm going to come in and show you three different grips and how we teach it here. So the first grip here is going to be a standard circle grip, okay? And notice here that we have the fingers on the seams like a good two-seam fastball. Matty throws his in a little bit of a different variation where he actually moves his fingers up to the top where I'm across. He moves his fingers here. Now what he's done is a really good thing because a lot of young pitchers will actually put the ball out into their fingertips here, okay? But what we did with Matty is we rotated the ball over so he now has the seams, and what that does is it sucks the changeup back into the hand or back into the right where the palm meets the fingers, and that's exactly where we want to throw that changeup. So he's done a great job with that. So the first one is, as teaching your pitchers, just have them make a circle and put it on the baseball in either spot, okay? And this is a good two-seam changeup either way. Now the next thing I'll tell you is this middle or this ring pointer, pinky finger, excuse me guys, is important because the higher I can raise this pinky finger on up to here as we start teaching it, the more run, because that ball will want to move out to the side, and that's what we're going to be talking about as we go through with the video. At the beginning though, I would definitely do this one right here where the pinky's there and you have the ball basically surrounded, the thumb on the bottom of the baseball. Okay, so that is our circle grip. The next one is a standard, especially for freshmen that have never thrown a changeup before. I would take three fingers and I would split those seams right there and put three fingers on, okay, at that point. And Matty will demonstrate as well with me here. And so you get three fingers on, and if you notice, the thumb and the pinky finger are on the bottom of the baseball, okay? The thumb and the pinky finger are on the bottom, and so that's our three-finger changeup there. That's a great pitch to teach a guy that's never thrown a changeup. Some guys don't like that circle because it feels so strange, so now we go into what's called the split change, okay? You can throw a normal split finger here, but we'll also take the middle finger and the ring finger and split the baseball at that point. Put the pointer finger up and the middle and the pinky finger somewhere on the sides, okay? And that is our split change. So as we start going and working this, there is no good or great changeup. It matters on your player. Your player has to experiment. You have to experiment with him to figure out which one's best for him. A question I commonly get with the circle change or any of the changeups, is it okay to throw a four-seam changeup? The answer is yes. Okay, a good four-seam changeup, right on right, left on left, it doesn't have that dive or run, is a great pitch because the off speed is going to go. Now I'm going to move into some changeup rotations. With Matty and Evan. They're going to be demonstrating a couple drills that we do here to help them get the rotation on their changeup a little bit better. Now we're going to talk about our changeup drills that we like to do. The first one, Matty has a hockey puck. Yes, it's a hockey puck. Okay, and that hockey puck is great because it allows him to see the rotation of the puck and to try to duplicate. The second one is what we call a hockey ball that Evan has, and we'll give you guys a close-up on that and how to make these things. So when Matty throws the hockey puck, he puts on his grip, and if you see it right here, what his goal is to do when he's playing catch with this thing at about 50 to 60% is to work on the rotation, but at release, we want the hockey puck to roll off his ring finger and his pinky finger and get this rotation out of his hand to his partner. Okay, so if Matty were going with it at about 50%, he would get it again and get here, and we want that hockey puck to duplicate. Initially, your guys are going to be spinning it like this. That's okay. That's okay. They're not going to pick up this drill right away. Once we do that one drill, then we're going to move over to Evan, okay? And Evan has what we call a hockey ball, and I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. So we take a magic marker and we draw a hockey puck on this baseball right here, okay? And what we want that ball to do is duplicate that same rotation that the hockey puck did there. So when Evan puts his grip on there and he's got his changeup, again, as we go through and throw that thing, we want that baseball to roll off that pinky and duplicate what the hockey puck would do. So the first drill Matty and Evan are going to demonstrate is going to be the hockey puck drill. Okay, they're going to throw 5 reps. On a normal day, they would do 15 reps. This would be after their long toss, after they're throwing. They would go ahead with this drill, and we're going to go ahead and let them go 5 each here. Okay guys, Evan is going to demonstrate our hockey ball this time. He's got a baseball and he's going to try to duplicate the same rotation as he had before. About 15 of these. Now we moved it back a little bit and the pace of each throw is going to be a little bit more, but the thing we're working for right now is rotation on the pitch. So Evan and Matty are now going to throw 5 each. So now we've thrown our hockey pucks and we've thrown our hockey balls, and now we introduce a great tool here, colored plate, courtesy of Tom Willoughby at Pine Forest High School. Shout out to you, Tom. What we try to do is we try to get a visualization of sides of the plate that we're throwing our changeup to. This time we're going to be a little bit short, but at the end of our throwing routine, we can get our pitchers working those changeups, working to each side of the plate. So we have a blue and a red side, you know, simulating an away pitch to different style hitters, and both our guys have that. Now this stick is not a beating stick. This stick is here to teach pitchers to drive their back shoulder to target. So a right-on-right changeup is something that right-hand pitchers have trouble. Left-on-left changeup, something they have trouble. But what we'll show you is with this stick in a second is that wherever his back shoulder finishes at is where the baseball is going to go. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to let these guys throw flat grounds to each other using the colored plate. They're going to pitch both to the blue and the red side. So each one's going to throw maybe about 3 pitches to each color. If you need to move that plate, you can. All right, blue side. All right, Maddie, your turn. Red side. Okay, blue side. Have fun with it, Chuck. Now, we saw Matty had problems throwing over to the red side of the plate, that he kept yanking it here. And what we're going to do is we're going to move the camera behind Evan, and we're going to show you that this stick will show where that back shoulder drives. So he must have been really pulling that thing through a little bit too much instead of finishing it on. Go. And if you follow that angle right there in his shoulders, it's right where the baseball is pointed. Throw it back. Let's do it again. Move to the other side of the plate. Good. Blue side. If you go right here, angle of that shoulder pointing right at there. Let's do the side he was having trouble with. Let's go red side. Again, angle of that shoulder gets there. That was 3 pitches when he struggled on it last time. He figured out that shoulder. Now all of a sudden 3 great changeups back to back to back. Good job, Matt. So the first drill Maddie and Evan are going to show us is on a knee, okay? Remember this drill, we want to really throw that breaking ball hard. We don't want to ease off with this softball. Learn to dominate. Learn to use that middle finger, okay? Right now this is going to be our curveball. Both of them are going to throw 5. Normally it's going to be 15. After that, Maddie's going to back up. We're going to throw from a standing balance point, and we're going to throw 5 apiece with the softball. Okay, gentlemen? And up. Need to back up, Maddie, back up a couple. more apiece. Now they're going to switch off to the double ball. Remember, the double ball is a little heavier. It's twice the weight of a baseball. So realistically, about 60%. But what we're looking for here is end over end rotation. We don't want side rotation. End over end rotation. Normally, they're going to throw this about 10 to 15 times as they feel. Okay, these guys are going to throw it about 5 times a piece for time. Get you another one out of the box. Good, about 60%, guys, about 60%. Just finding the rotation, finding the rotation. That's it, good, Evan. Boy, Maddie. 2 more apiece here. All right, next stage in our breaking ball is go ahead and get a regular baseball. Once they grab that softball and they throw that softball, you know, 25, 30 times, and then they pick up this baseball, it feels like a little pebble at this point. Now they can dominate, and that's exciting. This is where the snap comes. We can really break it off. Again, have as many balls with your partners as you can because we want to get work done. It's not a throw and chase time. We want that ball there so we can get that work done. Toughest thing I will tell you right now for right hand or left hand pitchers is trying to throw that back door. So again, we have our colored plates because we want to start working to plates. We want to focus on that back shoulder driving in. So for Matty, it's really easy throwing away to a right-hand hitter his breaking ball, but trying to backdoor that to the left-hand hitter is kind of tough on him, and vice versa with the left-hander. So this is the time that we really want to try to get this done. Thinking about that shoulder driving into target. The stick is here to show us if we need it. Hopefully we won't need it at this point, right? So we're going to let Matty go ahead and throw about 5 breaking balls. Evan's going to throw his breaking ball back before we start trying to teach that slider a little bit. Okay, go to work. Red side, you red? Okay. Good. Focusing on that back shoulder, driving it to target, right? Don't leave it in the white. Get it to the red. There it is. All right, tough side for him, blue side. Okay, focus on that shoulder. Focus on that shoulder. Not bad right there. We're over blue. We just spiked it a little bit. Not bad. 2 more to the blue side. 2 more to the blue side. That a boy, good. Good. Learning to throw it to each side of the plate. That's a big key. Nice. You want one more? Yeah. Middle, white. Got to throw that curveball down the middle sometimes. Shoulder, thinking about that shoulder. There she is. Good. So, our basic progression, good job, Maddie. Our basic progression of breaking balls is we go softball on the knee, softball on a standing, dominating that thing as hard as we can. Then after that, then we go to the 2-ball there, okay? And then this time, Maddie jumped right into the throwing. Now, with some young pitchers, we can use that 1-finger curveball. You want to go ahead and try a couple 1-finger curveballs. So Evan's just going to stand this time. We're not going to get down. Maddie's going to take that pointer off there just to try to get that force down on that middle finger. And if that middle finger doesn't get in front, that ball's going to hang. There it is. Good. Really focus on getting that finger pointed at, that pointer finger pointing at target. Get that pointer finger at target. Good. There she is. There she is. 2 more apiece. Evan throws a slider. Good. 1 more apiece. Okay, back at you with the slider now. So a slider is a little bit easier to control in the strike zone than a curveball, but there is a big danger with it because it tends to hang and it's a little bit harder. A great slider, a good power slider is a great pitch, especially with us playing at night where it's tough to pick up the seams or the rotation on the pitch, and it's a good strikeout ground ball pitch for us. So what we want to teach here is to make sure when we have the ball lopsided, whether Evan's in a traditional grip or Evan moves into the cut grip. Okay, oops, I got you on the wrong side of the ball. There we go. Yep, I got you there. Okay, either grip there, we want to get there, but the big thing here is his fastball release is what we want. Too many guys get in here and they try to throw the slider, and the first thing they do is that right there, and that's when the elbow goes, right? So the slider, we want to throw just like the fastball. Go ahead and put your grip on where you feel comfortable, okay? He's got his good grip on there, and what he wants to do is dominate and squeeze this middle finger. The more he squeezes this middle finger, the more that ball is going to spin off, and we want a good tight rotation. We don't want a loose rotation. So Evan's going to go ahead and throw us 3 sliders to one side of the plate, 3 sliders to the other side of the plate. Normally we might do 15 in a day, okay, on a non-pitching day, but today we're only going to do 3 for time. Okay, Evan, on you. Good. Finish that shoulder, right? Finish that shoulder. Drive the shoulder into target. There it was. Good. We got another one for you. Got another one for you. Good. Throw a ball away. Pick up another one. There she is. Good. Blue side. Think about your back shoulder. Drive your shoulder into Maddie. Good. Well done. Well done. Again. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Excellent, excellent. So if they go through and they focus and not try to throw a breaking ball, just throw a straight fastball with that grip and squeeze that middle finger, it's going to cut. And coaches, I'll tell you this, if you try to teach this slider to a player and he throws 10 balls and 10 balls run the wrong way, he's probably not a slider guy. But if 1 out of the 10 explodes for you or has the right rotation, then he's a possible candidate for the slider, and it's something you don't want to give up on. The reason why I like this slider or this cut fastball so much is they duplicate the fastball delivery. And arm speed, whether it be your changeup, your breaking ball, whatever it is, it's important. And having that same arm speed as your fastball, same release as your fastball, it's just altering the grips. Man, that makes it so much easier for a young kid. And if they start it when they're a freshman and they work their way up to their senior year, the slider is going to get better and better. You know, if they have a good curveball like Matthew does, then you really don't mess with it, although we are throwing a cutter with him as well. But the thing about it is that slider can be an equalizer for a pitcher who's really struggling trying to throw a big loopy curveball. Hopefully that was a long enough pause at the end. All right, and I'm still good. All right, back at you with a couple quick pointers or a couple quick tips. I heard this one from Sam Nairn, the pitching coach for the Washington Nationals AA club. It was really good, and this really helped me a lot. So a big common flaw we see as pitching coaches is our young pitchers wanting to drift forward before the hands move. And what I mean by that, if Matty starts in his balance point, his body starts doing this before the hand goes. Common things you can pick that up if you're having trouble seeing it. Is this pitcher missing up and into arm side all the time? Or is he spiking balls down and away into the opposite batter's box? If that's one of the two things, they are definitely drifting. So we have an easy fix for this, okay? And I love this because it makes us stay back on our backside and it allows us to get in a powerful position. So what's gonna happen here, and Matty does a great job, is when he comes to his full balance point, he's gonna take his head and push it back. Notice how much it goes back. It doesn't tilt all the way back like that, like you'll see some guys try to do. It's just a subtle move just right there as he's going to the plate. It puts the weight back down on his backside. That foot is stable, okay, and it stops his weight going forward. We're gonna let Matty throw 5 pitches like this, showing us a good head tilt. You know, talk about a quick fix to a common problem we all have. Thank you to Sam Nairn for sharing that with us. I mean, it was outstanding. It's really helped our staff not drift towards the plate, finding a better balance point, finding more strikes and competing in the zone. This one little tip right here that he shared with me last January has made vast improvements in the amount of strikes our pitching staff is throwing. And the second thing is, it's starting to help us add a little bit more velocity to our fastball. Thank you, Sam. Hey, the last part of our workout or our lesson here is having a plan for our pitchers. And what we do at this point at Conley is every player comes in and he gets a book of every workout that's going to be expected of him on a daily basis, and I'd be willing to share that with you through our Google Doc, and you can go on there and you can see what we do. I'll attach it as well on the PowerPoint that goes along with this presentation. I just wanted to thank you guys for being here. I hope I helped you. I hope you learned something. I hope you can teach me something that I can bring back to my staff as well. Thank you guys. Have a safe rest of the summer, and we will be seeing you on the field soon.